guys, this is proof, right? Proof that I actually am who I say I am. Okay, 2026 January, of course, broke as shit, no fans, nothing, no audience, no influence, no proof of anything, right? But I still need to study. Not only do I need to get better at speaking, because again, I have a stutter, and that's something that I've been dealing with for a few years now, etc. But also, I'm realizing, okay, in the future, when I do have testimonies, when I do have proof, natural conviction, I've done very hard things in business and in life. What can I do to increase and improve my ability to keep on influencing, etc. Right? Being a role model, iconic, etc. Okay. One of them is speaking on stage. Okay. I'm looking at the greats right now, for example, in sales and in finance and entrepreneurship, online space, etc. And I'm realizing one of the greatest things they do and are actively doing, at least right now in 2026, in the past few years, is speaking on stage at a high level, right? And they make it into their own content, right? Short form content of them speaking on stage, etc. So I'm realizing if this is something that I'm probably gonna want to do in the future, right? And also, if I'm doing sales right now because I'm broke and I need to sell, right? I'm starting my company, etc. I'm like, okay, let me improve speaking. So if I know I'm gonna speak on later on stage, let's practice right now. There's no one here, okay? But I know there's gonna be people there in the future. Tens of thousands, hundreds, millions, I don't care. The point is, it's a skill that I wanna do that's gonna help me regardless, and it might even help other people, especially when I have actually something to say. So, with that being said, I'm behind the scenes of me practicing, okay? This past 20 minutes, I was doing it off camera. Now I realize, oh, holy crap, let me just put the tripod there, right, and record and see what happens. So, with that being said, I told the crowd I'll be back. It's the second half now, right? It's halftime, okay? They're back now, so let's pretend like they're back. Okay, ready, set, go. All right, guys, welcome back, welcome back. Appreciate it once again. I do notice though, I mean, it has been the time that we said for the break, but essentially, I noticed some people left. I was expecting this. Okay, of course, many of you guys know this is not my first time speaking on stage. I've done it not too many times, but enough to know that many people just don't come back. Okay, and we'll never know the reason as to why. After the break, we don't know why they don't come. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe I didn't say anything that really moved them, so they're like, okay, this is below my standard, etc. I don't know, or maybe they're busy, right? We don't know. What I do know is that you guys came back, and welcome to part two. Part two will be slightly different. Okay, so you guys are in good hands. Don't expect it to be the same thing about my experience with back when I was 24 years old in 2026 rehearsing, etc. I want to have a conversation with you guys this time, okay? And I don't mean a Q&A, okay? We'll get to that, of course, right in the end. But I mean, like, every single one of you guys, right? You guys have done many hard things in your life, okay? Many of you guys are very successful. I actually know a few faces, so I know, like, okay, he's done this. They're legit, etc. But when it comes to, like, specific tasks, okay? So like earlier, for example, I mentioned salespeople, right? At the time in 2026, when I was rehearsing this, a very common folk, for example, and he's still around, but his name was Daniel G. He's Daniel G. Many of you guys know him, have met him, right? Daniel G. He would mention how he was, you know, before he hopped on stage, before he was famous, etc., before he had a fan base, and before he was extremely wealthy as well. That's the biggest thing, right? He was practicing. He was just doing what he was doing when I was doing at 24. There's no proof of him doing it. At least I haven't seen any recordings of him in the past when he was young doing it. But he would mention it, right? And that touched me because I was like, okay, right? He's in sales, right? He was heading towards sales, but he wasn't an entrepreneur yet. He wasn't like a big branded influence person, like a highly successful person with a big brand and a big influence and lots of followers, right? He wasn't that, but he still was practicing speaking on stage. Why? Vision. At least I've come to the conclusion that vision is powerful. Okay. Many of you guys don't have a vision, and I mean that with full-on respect. And you may think you do, but you don't. Okay. And that actually single-handedly is the reason why, and I'm willing to bet a lot of money on this, right? That is single-handedly the reason as to why your business, your current business, or businesses, if you handle multiple different ventures, why you're stuck. That could single-handedly be the reason as to why you're stuck. Why you're in the exact same place pretty much as of last year, as of 2 years ago, as of 10 years ago, an entire decade. Okay? Because the vision is fogged out, it's blurred, you can't see it, or you haven't even thought about it yet. Okay? I got this not from Daniel G, but from Jordan Belfort. Okay? He's a great for a reason, right? I look up to him a lot, not because of what he did when he was young, but because of what he did, his comeback story after he got out of jail. Okay? Again, the vision is the most important thing. That is the long-term thing that keeps the greats just addicted to growth, right? Forget money. Money comes with growth usually, but just why they just don't stop. Why they just don't stop is their vision. It's very specific. It's embedded in their mind. They just can't forget it. Okay? But what's below vision? What you guys are currently, I know for a fact you guys have what's below vision, which is goals, long-term goals. You guys think long-term goals, and not every single one of you guys, but many of you guys think long-term goals is the definition of a vision. According to Jordan Belfort, and honestly according to me, because I agree with him, it's just not. It's not even the same thing, not even remotely close. Goals are not designed to always be achieved. They're designed to help you stay on track. Why do I firmly believe in this? Because a goal can always be changed. For example, when I was 17, 18, 19, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to be on stage. At 24, I did, right? But at 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, right? I wanted to be a professional gamer, for example, right? Or a YouTuber. The YouTube thing I never let go of. I knew I wanted to be a YouTuber. I didn't know what, but I knew I wanted to be a YouTuber. The point is, my goal changed, right? But the vision never changed. I knew that I genuinely wanted to have an impact on people. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just knew that I want to have a major positive impact on many, many, many different people, right? And I saw it through the internet. I was like, it's evident the internet is the way to go. This is it, right? I just didn't know how. But the point is, the vision, the vision, the vision. My goals changed. I failed at so many goals. I failed. And that's fine, okay? You could argue you're supposed to fail on your goals. If you're achieving all your goals, you clearly have no vision. Your goals are supposed to be hard, okay? Like, for example, right, and I'm sure many of you guys have seen that clip or seen clips, but like, every single one of you guys right now, in this moment, I want you to raise your hand. Raise your hand, come on, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Yeah? Okay, now I want you, cool, now raise it higher, just a little bit higher. Look at that. See, why, okay, you can put your hands down now, but my question is very simple now. Why couldn't the first time I asked you to raise your hand, it already be at the highest? Why? Okay? I'm telling you, expectations and goal setting is why. If you want to be great, every single time you ask yourself, as an entrepreneur, every single time you ask yourself what it is that I want to do, and you set it up, you want it to be not totally impossible, but very hard to reach. The objective, the goal should still be very hard to reach, which means when you get asked to raise your hand, you're going to raise it as high as possible. Now, obviously, it's a trick question, I understand. I don't expect you to, take any offense or anything like that, etc. The point I'm trying to make is the same thing applies to business and personal development, okay? There's always room for more in every little goal you set. And that single-handedly can open up your mind and think about, why am I doing this? Why am I being so driven? And it usually results in, what's your vision, right? The long-term play, the 30-year plan. And I learned that from Jordan Belfort, so I take no credit, right? Just want to make it clear. But that's where I want this conversation to shift towards, because at the end of the day, many of you guys will actually genuinely achieve many, many great things, right? I don't know if I will. I hope to. I hope to. That's why I'm here trying to inspire you guys, etc., right, and tell my story. But many of you guys genuinely will achieve very great stuff, man. High level shit. Okay? And what has the highest potential, in my opinion, of stopping you is losing track or clarity of your long-term vision, of that vision. Because if you have that vision and if it's embedded in your mind, you're very hard to beat. You're extremely difficult to beat. Again, the worst enemy, the person that can stop you is you. So like if you don't have that vision, you're just kind of letting the day go by flow with flow. Doesn't mean you can't be successful. I would say many people are very successful in their careers, etc., without even having even goals. Right? They're just talented, etc., or they have a decent ability in school, etc., that allows them to have skills. But the point I'm trying to make is the greats is one thing I've noticed is that their vision, even if they don't talk about it a lot, you see in their actions, looking back, right, analyzing, they just have that long-term vision. It's insane. At the moment, for example, in 2026, Elon Musk, right, was the richest man in the world. His vision is insane. And again, not always, but essentially that results in their ability to make money, right? Gather resources. Usually it results in that, the result of that vision. But regardless, that's my conversation for today. Now, I want to end this entire thing with one question. And I don't expect you guys to answer it. Of course, I'm going to answer your questions here in a bit in the Q&A. But the question I want you to, if you can write it down, even better, but regardless, ask yourself. Very simple. What is my vision? Very simple. Many of you guys probably know it already. Many of you guys probably think you know it. Okay? But I want you to think even deeper. Think deeper. What is your vision? The vision. What is it? Okay? I'm not even asking to further ask yourself, why is that my vision? Why? It's a very powerful question, right? The why to your vision. But forget that. What is your vision? Okay? Because like I said, many of you guys will genuinely achieve many great things in your life within the next 5 to who knows how many years, 20, 30 years from this given moment. And I hope that this question may be a big integral part as to why it happened, why you achieved greatness, why you achieved that next level, right? As you get older, we naturally become more comfortable, excuses come about, etc. Oh, I got a kid now, oh, I got, this came up, this problem, right, etc. That's fine, it happens. I expect that to happen with me. But I know for a fact that self-improvement never stops. And it always starts with a vision. I don't want you guys to be that old person that just talks about, oh, at my prime, oh, and this, that. No. If you have a vision, your prime is now. My prime is now. When I was 24, that was my prime. When I'm 38, that's my prime. Nothing's changing. Okay, of course I may have a kid now. I may have gotten a divorce. Hopefully not, but that's not gonna affect my vision. I mean, it's not gonna affect me because I have this vision, right? And I need to be up to par. I need to achieve what it is that I need to achieve. Okay? So circumstances will arise, but if you have that vision, it just makes you slightly harder to beat. And I want that for every single one of you guys. I want to guarantee it. Okay, so that's my question to you. What is your vision? Thank you guys. Okay, thank you guys. Enjoy your night. I appreciate it. Once again, my name is Marvin Pineda. Follow me if you want to. If not, regardless, I appreciate you guys spending your hard-earned money, and enjoy your night now. Okay. Peace out. Thank you. Ah.